A few days ago, Father began to talk about going into hiding. He said it would be hard for us.
World. You sounded so serious, I felt scared. Don't worry, Annika. Just enjoy your carefree life while you can. Carefree? I was born in Frankfurt on June 12, 1929. Because we're Jewish, my father emigrated to Holland in 1933, but Hitler invaded Holland on May 10, 1940. 5 days later, the Dutch surrendered, the Germans arrived, and the trouble started for the Jews. Father was forced to give up his business, manufacturing products used to make jam. We couldn't use streetcars, couldn't go to the theater or movies anymore, couldn't be out on the street after 8 p.m., couldn't even sit in our own gardens. We had to turn in our bicycles. No beaches, no swimming pools, no libraries. We couldn't even walk on the sunny side of the streets. Our identity cards were stamped with a big black J. And we had to wear the yellow star. But somehow life went on. Until yesterday. A call-up notice from the SS. My sister Margot was ordered to report for work in Germany to the Westerbork transit camp. A call-up. Everyone knows what that means. At 5:30 this morning, we closed the door of our apartment behind us. My cat was the only living creature I said goodbye to. The unmade beds, the breakfast things on the table all created the impression we'd left in a hurry. And our destination? We walked 2.5 miles in the pouring rain all the way to 263 Prinsenbrush, Father's office building. Our hiding place, the secret annex, is right behind it upstairs. Even though the Germans forced Father out, he still runs the office with Mr. Crawler and me, who've offered to help us while we're in hiding.
A rat! Shh! Oh, Mr. Crone, thank God you arrived safely. And Mrs. Frank, Margot, you must be exhausted. If only we'd known, we would have had it ready for you.
Oh, you've done too much already. Besides, it's good for us to keep busy. As you can see, Anne's my little helper.
I can see that. Oh, Peter.
Oh, welcome, Peter. Peter Van Daan, children.
Welcome to the annex.
Peter, this is Anne, and Margot, and my wife, Mrs. Frank.
Mrs. Frank?
Forgive me, Peter, I'm not quite myself. But we're glad you'll be with us.
I am too. Cat, he has a cat.
Black one.
We have a cat too. I wanted to bring her. But I know our neighbors will take good care of her until we get one. It'd be great having a cat here going to him. Wouldn't it be fantastic?
Anne, don't get so excited. Peter doesn't even know you yet.
We'll get to very soon. It's going to be so much fun having people around. One of Margot, a whole other family. Like being on vacation in some strange pensione or something. An adventure, romantic and dangerous all at the same time.
What is it, Peter?
My parents, they were right behind us.
Over here.
You don't think they were?
Oh, don't worry, Peter. You're just like me.
Mother's always jumping at every little thing. What's its name?
Mushi.
Mushi. I love cats. Where'd you go to school?
They set up a technical
I had to
school.
switch from my Montessori school to the Jewish Lyceum.
I know. I saw you there.
Did?
Oh, no. What did I tell you? Yes, now we're all here.
Just in time. We had to take the long way around. There were too many police on the streets.
Welcome, Mrs. Van Daan, Mr. Van Daan. You know my wife, of course, and the children.
We must hurry. The worker will be here in half an
Now,
hour.
so much trouble we're causing you, Mr. Crawler. After all you and me have done for us, and now we arrive early.
You couldn't let your daughter be taken away, Mr. Fern.
Please don't worry. We'll do everything we can to help. Now, I must run and get your ration books.
Wait, they see our names on ration books. Won't they know we're here?
Oh, trust me, your names won't be on them. Now, if you make a list for me, I'll try and get what you want every day. And on Saturdays, I can bring you 5 library books.
5? I know what 5 are going to be.
And 7 of us.
You know, Mother. So they're illegal then. The ration books. We've never done anything illegal.
I don't think we'll be living exactly according to regulations.
The Westertoren.
How will I ever get used to that clock?
I love it.
Me and I will be here every day to see you. I've hidden ring the buzzer to signal when we come up, and tomorrow I'll have that bookcase placed in front of your door. Oh, and one last thing. The radio.
Radio, thank God!
Oh, where did you get it? We had to turn ours in months ago.
Thank you, Mr. Crawler, for everything.
You'll tell them about the noise.
Yes, I'll tell them.
How can we ever thank you, Mr. Crawler? Really, how can we ever
I
thank you?
never thought I'd live to see the day a man like Mr. Frump would have to go in the night.
What a journey. It's a wonder we weren't arrested. Petronella walking down the street in a fur coat, carrying a hat box in the middle of summer.
What you need another hat for? Oh, it's not a hat. It's, I just don't feel at home without my chamber pot.
Now, everyone please, a few things quickly. We have to get settled before 8. Everyone please sit down. First, about the noise. While the workmen are in the building from 8 until 6, we must keep completely quiet, so no shoes. And we move only when absolutely necessary. We can't run any water, so we can't flush the toilet in the WC. The pipes go down through the warehouse and every sound can be heard.
One toilet for all of us?
No trash can ever be thrown out, not even a potato peel. We'll burn everything in the stove at night. We can't go outside. We can't look out the window. No coffee, if possible, no fevers. Remember, we can never call a doctor. This is how we must live till it's over. But after 6, we can talk and laugh, play games, move around just as we would at home. This will be our common room where we meet and have supper together, like one family.
One family. I love that.
Well, so, why don't we get settled? Yes? As Mr. Van Dam and I have already discussed, the upper floor will be the Van Dam home, the lower floor the Frank home. I'm sorry, Peter, your space is tiny, but you'll be closer to your parents. And I'm glad you brought your cat. He warns us there could be rats.
Rats, oh my God!
I'm sure Mushi can take care of a few rats. Come, Petronella. Let's go up to the attic and bring our dishes down. All of our boxes are up there.
Never, never can we thank you, Mr. Frank. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to us.
You can't imagine how much help your husband was to me when I first arrived here in Amsterdam, not knowing a soul, unable to speak the language. I can never repay him. And besides, he's been an excellent business partner.
Well, that's true.
God, it's hot.
If you take that precious coat off for 1 minute, you'll be a lot cooler.
Your rest, Edith. Haven't slept since yesterday. Nor you, Margot.
Well, I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Even though I knew it was the last night in my own bed.
You could sleep through anything. Now, take your shoes off before you forget. You too, Peter. Shoes.
You're sure you're not too tired, Mother?
Mother, please, I'm fine. Hey, what are you doing?
Getting rid of it.
You can't do that. They'll arrest you if you go out without your star.
Who's going out? Now I don't have to be branded.
You're right. We don't need it anymore. Remember when it started? People always tried to look the other way, but some of their eyes always landed right there. Mother said this ought to taint.
The day they made us wear the star was the worst day of my life.
Look, it left a mark. Do you know Nellie Gosler?
No,
Yobi Duvall?
never heard of her.
But you heard of me.
Well, my father is your father's business partner.
You've heard of me. I'm famous at my school.
That's true in a way.
What do you mean?
You mustn't bother Peter.
Well, I'm not bothering him. Mushi.
Mushi either. Peter, tonight we'll meet here and have supper together for the first time.
Thank you.
like him, I know.
I better. He's the only boy I'm going to see for my movie stars. And he remembered them. It was my diary. I forgot to pack pencils.
No, Anne, no! You can't go down those stairs.
But it was only for a pencil.
Never, Anne, never. This is what going into hiding means. One mistake could cost us all our lives.
No, Father.
But every day, Meep and Mr. Crawler will bring us food and books and a precious company. They're friends. It's a rare thing these days. If the Nazis found out they were hiding us, they'd be deported too.
Pen.
Your fountain pen now.
Oh, Pen. Pen, what a darling you are.
All those bags of beans and potatoes. Is that what we'll be eating every night?
Yes, yes.
Not much variety, is there?
Don't listen to her. What she can do with beans and potatoes. My wife's a great cook.
Lucky for us.
Even with beans, you'll see. Oh my goodness, those gourmet meals.
Stop exaggerating, Putty.
The women seem content.
You could never tell with women. I think we'll be all right.
Mrs. Van Daan, we'll meet here at 6, yes, and start preparing supper.
6 o'clock, yes.
Come away from the kitchen, Petronella. The workmen will be here in a moment.
Oh, maybe we made a mistake, all of us going into hiding together. They say that families should separate that way. If we're betrayed, if we're caught, but then at least the children.
The children could never have understood if we'd separated. They couldn't have borne it, no more than we. Now, please, come. We must be quiet now.
You all right, Margot?
I'm still shaking. Feel my hands.
It's all right. We're here now. They can't take you away. Yes, we're here.
Und er sagte, einzubrechen, Kraftwerk, bist du direkt nach Hause. Dieses Deutschland, der Gott folgt gleich auf allerlei Stämme. Das Großeinverleih, Sicherheit! Sicherheit!
It's the silence that frightens me most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or a step on the street, I'm sure they're coming for us. I wander from room to room, feeling like a songbird whose wings have been ripped off and keeps hurling itself against the bars of its cage. Let me out where there's fresh air and laughter. But then I remember the Jews were not in hiding. I know we live in paradise. We're as quiet as baby mice. Who would have dreamed Quicksilver Anne would have to sit still for hours on end? What's more, could? At last.
What were you writing about that was so funny? Nothing about me, I hope. Can I take a peek?
No, Mrs. Van Daan.
Not even a little peek?
Not even a little peek, Mrs. Van Daan.
All right, fine. I'm first for the WC.
Has anyone seen my shoes?
Shoes?
You took them, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I?
Oh, definitely. Oh, wait till I get you.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, you I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I don't want any lessons.
Please.
I have to feed Mushi his supper.
Can I watch?
He doesn't like people around when he eats.
I'll be quiet. Quiet like a little mouse. He likes mice, doesn't he?
No.
And you mustn't play with Peter that way. It's not dignified.
I don't want to be dignified.
You complain I don't treat you like a grown-up, and when I do, you resent it.
I just want to have some fun. What's wrong with that boy?
He's not used to girls, especially a girl like our Annika. Give him time.
How much time does he need? You get to me, Margot. I have to help Mom with supper. Come on. If we don't practice, we'll forget. All right. See, everyone, Margot's the real dancer in the family. Oh, yeah.
Dancing? Where's Peter?
It's in his room.
His father will kill him if he catches him with that hat again. And, darling, do me a favor and get Peter out of this room.
Peter! Peter!
What is it?
Your mother says to come out.
You know what your father says.
I'll feed Mushi.
All right, just feed him his supper and then come right out.
Is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
Mother, please.
Oh, look, he's blushing!
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So you're 16. Your father's older than I am. I tell you, Mr. Fountain, if we're here much longer, we're liable to be related. Oh, look, I have a rod here.
So fun.
God, I hate them.
Good evening, everyone. I wish I could stay for supper, but I'm so terribly shy. I can barely get a word out of my mouth, and I'd like to see my cat
All
all
right, I
day.
heard about you. How you talked so much in class, Mr. Keesing made you write a composition and called you Miss Quack Quack. Quack, 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 said Miss Quack
Well,
Quack.
go on, tell them the rest. That was so good, he read it out to our class and every single one of us.
I know about you, always joking,
I'm not
always making fun of,
I do not.
mocking people.
You are the most infuriating boy I have ever met.
That's right, and you give it to him.
The boys in all that had to get locked in with you.
Quack, 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 and from now on, stay out of my room.
Excellent in history, Anne, and in Latin.
It's not here yet?
The workman only left a little while ago.
What's for dinner?
Beans.
Again? Saw you in there playing with that cat.
He was only in there for a second. He's been out here all afternoon working on his French.
Really?
How did you in algebra?
I think we should both give up on algebra.
How did I do? How do you always do? Brilliant.
You might have used the subjunctive here.
Where?
Here.
Mrs. Van Dam? May I try on your fur coat?
And, of course, my father gave me this coat the year before he died. He always bought the best that money could buy.
Mrs. Van Dam, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anne, it's not polite to ask personal questions.
Why not? I was had wrong with admirers who couldn't keep their eyes off me.
I can imagine. Our house was always swarming with boys. I remember the summer I was 16.
Oh God, here we go again.
Who's talking to you? We had a big house in Repertory. Those boys came buzzing around like bees around the honey pot. My father was very worried with all those boys buzzing around. He'd say, if any of them gets fresh, you tell them, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm late.
Very good! Okay, that's enough.
if we've got to write about the so important all the time, how much does a 13-year-old have to say anyway?
It's because someone is young doesn't mean they don't have anything to say, Mr. Gondel. Please, can't I have any privacy?
Petronella, could you please tell me what could possibly be so private?
Oh, you know how it is these days, Putty. Everything's private, even brushing your teeth. Don't be ridiculous. Really, Putty, you're so childish sometimes.
Still haven't finished your French? You ought to be ashamed.
I know, I'm hopeless case.
You're not hopeless. He's not hopeless. He just doesn't have anyone to help him like the girls do. Maybe you could, Mr. Frank.
Oh, no, I'm sure his father's much better.
Not me. He won't listen to me.
Well, what do you say, Peter?
You're an angel, Mr. Frank. I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one over there.
Come along, Peter. Show me what chapter you're on.
Now you listen to Mr. Frank, Peter. Mr. Frank is a highly educated man.
Aren't things hard enough without you sprawling out all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, Clinton, you wouldn't be so ill-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you used up all the cigarettes.
One package. Meep only brought one package.
You're smoking up all our money.
Will you shut up? What are you staring at?
I never heard grown-ups quarrel before. I thought only children quarreled more often than grew up.
This isn't a quarrel, it's a discussion. And I never heard children so rude before.
Rude? Me? I thought you could say that.
Anne, why don't you go get my name for me? I must ask me for more wool.
I have a library bill for her to return, and I have to ask for some more hairpins and soap. Please, me, give me some snarks, some teas, some biscuits, and Movie Star magazine. Tell us all the latest news. Eep, 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 eep. It's a wonder we've had a life of her own. Did you know that she's engaged to someone called Jan? She's crazy about him. Scared that the Nazis will make him work in a war plant. That's what they do with all the young Dutchmen these days.
Suppose you try keeping still for 5 minutes.
Come have your milk, dear.
Talk, chatter. It's a wonder we haven't been discovered and shot. Why do you have to show off all the time? Huh? Can't you be quiet like your sister Margot? Be a good girl.
Not me. I'm going to be remarkable. I'm going to Paris.
Oh, really?
You'll see. I'm going to be a famous writer or a singer or a dancer.
Oh my God, my car, my beautiful Fargo! I'm sorry. You know what my father paid for this? Look at it. I'm very, very sorry. I could kill you for this.
Petronella!
And I'm darling, you can't realize it was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I'm not just talking about the coat, Anne. We are all under great stress here. But you don't hear Margot getting into arguments with the Van Dynes, do you?
Oh, it was perfect. She never gets into arguments with anyone. They're not perfect.
She's courteous and she keeps her distance and they respect her for it. Oh, please try to be more like Margot.
Have them walk all over me too? No, thank you. They do not walk all over me. Oh, yes, they do all over you.
I'm not worried about them walking over you, and I'm worried about you walking over them. Honestly, I don't know what happens to you sometimes. If I ever talk to my mother the way you talk to me,
Yes, Mother, no, Mother. Anything you say, Mother. People aren't like that anymore. I can't do everything for you.
Margot doesn't.
Margot, then they'll never hear from you. Don't be so dramatic. Everything she does is right, and everything I do is wrong. If I talk, I'm a show-off. If I answer, I'm rude, selfish. If I eat too much, stupid, cowardly, a complete disappointment. I will never live up to your expectations. I will never be Margot!
I don't know how we could go on living like this.
You know, 2 minutes she'll be back here laughing and joking.
No privacy for any of us. And those people, the way they behave. And your father chooses to shut his eyes to all of it. I don't even remember how life used to be. It's me.
Me, my darling, me!
At last!
I have mine!
Oh, when meat comes the sun begins to shine.
How are you?
Me, can I watch it outside?
What is it, Mr. Crawler?
Each time we come, we try to bring you the good news. But up here, you just can't know how bad things have become outside.
There's a dentist, Alfred Dussel. He's Jewish. He's been living with a Christian woman, but today he asked if I knew of a safe address. He's desperate. I promised I would let him know.
Well, yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. Dussel, I believe we know him.
It's great news, Lee.
Yes, but there's barely enough room for any
Oh,
of us.
I'm sorry, forgive me. I spoke without consulting you first. I was
It's
sure
just-
you would agree.
It's just that there's so little food.
Mr. Van Don, I tried. There are no more ration books to be had.
Where 7 can eat, 8 can eat as well.
I hope so.
If we can save one person, we must.
All right.
Yes, 7.
Mr. Crawler will go to meet him. I will bring him up.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
It's fine to have him, but where are we going to put him?
He can sleep in my bed. I'll just sleep on the floor.
Oh, you're very kind, Peter, but there's hardly enough room in there for you.
Well, I know. I can move in with you, Mother, and Mr.
Oh, no. Margot can move in with us, and Mr. Dussel can have her bed. It's the only way.
Why? Why should I move in?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margot to... Oh, Anne, darling, please don't argue. It's settled.
As far as I'm concerned, Mother can go jump in the lake. I don't know why I think it's such a terrible dislike to her, but I can imagine her dying someday. Well, Papa said it's inconceivable. It's very mean of me, I know, but that's how I feel. I hope Mother will never read this or anything else in here. She's not a mother to me. I have to mother myself. Who can I turn to? Only my diary. I have to become a good person of my own. But I know it will make me stronger in the end. Three and a half months in the annex, and we are eagerly awaiting our latest edition. What will he be like? It says he is quiet, refined, and by all accounts an excellent dentist. He's meeting Mr. Crawler and led a charge this morning at a certain place in front of the post office. It's terribly exciting and totally nerve-wracking. What if they get caught? Those last hours are the most dangerous for a Jew who goes into hiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's done.
Everything went smoothly. Mr. Dussel was at the appointed place at the appointed time. He had Brian's coat over his office jacket so no one would see the yellow star. He was amazed to be brought to the center of Amsterdam rather than out in the country where so many hiding places are. Of course, he had no idea we were right upstairs waiting for him.
Am I dreaming? Mr. Frank? Otto Frank? Well, I heard you were in Switzerland. You should have told me you had escaped to Basel or Belgium.
That's what everyone thinks, the Nazis included, we hope.
We tricked them.
We're very glad to have you, Mr. Dussel. We all are.
You don't know how to thank you.
Not us. Me and Mr. Crawler.
Without them, we couldn't live.
Don't you scare me? Sometimes.
We're not heroes.
You're far too modest, Peter.
We just don't like the Nazis. Anything about them.
Oh, please, Mr. Dussel, please sit down. You must be worn out.
Let's have a toast to Mr. Dussel.
Cognac. We were saving in a case of illness, but...
Well, what better way to use it? To Mr. Dussel, we are honored to have you with us.
Prost.
Prost.
Mmm. Delicious. Too bad there's so little of it.
Mr. Dussel, I believe we know someone in common.
Ah?
Dr. Kinsman. He and I were friends back in Frankfurt. We used to... Oh, what? What's happening?
Dr. Kinzer was taken last month. Beth Hovenstraw. He took the whole block.
Mr. Dussel, what's happening outside?
All over Amsterdam, Jews are disappearing. Torn out of their beds in the middle of the night. God, the screams. Children, they come home from school, their parents gone. Women come home from shopping. Whole families vanished. You can't escape unless you go into hiding. Thousands are being deported every day. The Bloombergs, Professor Hollenstein.
Oh, God, no.
You have 5 minutes to gather your belongings. Take only what you can carry in your rucksack. Then herd it into the Jewish theater for days, weeks sometimes, and then Westerbork transit camp. From there, every Tuesday, like clockwork, a train leaves for the east.
Mr. Driscoll, do you know the Goslers? Their daughter Hartley and I are best friends since we were 4. They didn't come for them to... Oh, no. Literally, it can't be.
There's a family by the name of...
No!
I'm sure Mr. Dussel would like to get settled in before supper. I'm sorry we can't offer you your own room. I trust you won't mind sharing one with my daughter.
Sorry for upsetting you.
No, you had to tell us. We had to.
Anne, why don't you show Mr. Dussel your room?
Me, thank you so for everything.
Of course.
All he said was terrible. So different from what Mr. Crowler's been telling us.
I like it better the way Crawler did it.
Well, here we are.
Oh, it isn't very big, is it?
I've never shared a room with a man before. I hope I'll be a suitable companion. I know you'll miss the woman you live with terribly.
Charlotte and I, we've never been apart. It all happened so quickly, I couldn't tell her where I was going. I didn't know myself.
Well, you weren't supposed to. None of our friends knew. It would have been too dangerous, not just for us, but for them, for Charlotte.
You're a very bright young lady. I hope that you'll bear with me.
I hope you'll bear with me. I seem to irritate everyone around here. What's she like, your Charlotte?
Charming, beautiful, but you would like her. She isn't Jewish, you know.
Oh, I know. You told us. Well, that's fine, Ed, and that's tomorrow we'll be sleeping. I know it's small and dark, but if you peek out the blackout curtain, you see the most beautiful chestnut tree in the whole wide world. I can't wait till it's in blossom, though. I hope the war will be over by then and we'll all be home. I was wondering about the room. Mark always had it in the mornings and I had it in the afternoons. Would that be all right with you?
Actually, I'm not my best in the morning.
Well, then you can take the mornings and I'll take the afternoons. Did you bring your dental equipment?
Oh,
I love those little mirrors. Are you going to fill our cavities?
it's very hard being a dentist, you know. Children, they don't understand that.
What do you mean?
Nobody likes going to the dentist. Everyone makes fun of dentists, but believe me, it's no fun for us. Everybody hates us.
That's awful.
Tell me something. When you're in here, where do I go? Out there with those people?
I'm Mushi.
Well, Mushi, who's Mushi?
Peter's cat.
Cat? Well, nobody told me about a cat. He has it
Oh,
here.
you'll love Mushi. He's the sweetest
I hate cats. They terrify me. They give me asthma.
Well, don't worry. Peter keeps him in his room most of the time.
Well, let us hope so. Mr. Crawler, he spoke of a schedule.
But it's mainly about when we have to be quiet and when we can use the WC. You can go and use it not for...
No, thank you.
You don't know how important WC can be when you're in hiding. Especially when you're scared.
I understand. If you don't mind, I think I'll lay down for a bit and rest. It helps the digestion before supper.
You rest, Mr. Dissel. Try to make you feel at home.
This is Colin Rees Parker with the BBC Radio Europe, November 12th. Yesterday, German forces entered unoccupied France. Acting quickly to counter sweeping Allied gains, Hitler sent armored columns to occupy Vichy France. The Vichy regime came to an end, and with it the final pretense that part of France was a free zone.
Couldn't sleep tonight. Even after Father tucked me in. I feel wicked, sleeping in a warm bed when my friends are at the mercy of the cruelest monsters ever to walk here. And all because they're Jews. We assume most of them are murdered. BBC says they're being gassed. Perhaps it's the quickest way to die. No matter what I'm doing, I can't stop thinking about those who are gone. All we can do is wait for the war to end. The whole world is waiting. And many are waiting for death.
Every night, Mrs. Frank, every night, she's putting us all in danger.
Please, Mr. Dussel, go back to sleep. She'll be all right in a minute. Oh, I get you some light.
What happened?
Oh, another nightmare.
It sounded like somebody was murdering her.
It was a battery, wasn't it? Would you like to tell me about it? Sometimes it helps to talk about it. Try to go back to sleep, and I'll sit right here until you go to sleep.
I'd rather you didn't.
See.
Try to sleep. Will you ask Father to come in? Please?
Edith.
I'll go in there. She's trembling. It's all right, just go.
It fades.
Never let this part go.
I'm more like you. It's not that she doesn't love you.
I heard that they broke the bookcase and took us all away. The train, this old man. The train going to the east.
Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anyone heard me outside? I know what you're thinking. But I can't help the way I feel. I just don't love her. We don't get along. We never have. No, I hate being cooped up in here with her. I don't get along with anyone here. My nightmares keep everyone hates me for having them. I can't stop them from
We're
coming.
all having nightmares. Only you let them out. Your mother's having them too. Horrible nightmares. She's having a very hard time.
I know, I'm trying to change. I have another side, a better, finer side. But it's sort of split in half. What's good, what's bad, I don't know. I want to be a better person, but not have been shutting myself off, hiding how I feel.
I understand. We've always understood each other, haven't we, you and I? You know something, Annika? You taught me something when we first arrived here.
You did?
Remember the day we came here? Your mother and Margot were numb, couldn't speak, couldn't move. I was a wreck with worry. But you skipped around the room, called it an adventure. You showed me that you could escape. And now, when I read my Dickens, it takes me to another world, and in that world, I feel safe. You have something too, a diary. You're lucky.
Lucky?
You can write all your thoughts, all your feelings down on paper.
I was shaking.
It's all right. What day is this?
Tonight, after the radio broadcast, Pim asked us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we liberated. I'd be so thrilled I wouldn't know where to begin. I long to be back in school with my friends, ride a bike, whistle, laugh so hard that it hurts. I wonder if anyone will ever not think about whether I'm Jewish or not. Just a young girl badly needing some good plain fun. Margot said,
I want to go dancing. Learn the latest step and then fly all over the room in a new pair of dancing shoes.
and Peter said,
A movie. I'd love to see a movie. A Western. If they ever let us back in again.
then Mother said,
I long for a cup of coffee with cream and sugar. No, a whole pot.
Mrs. Van Dam said,
bath, a hot bath, in a bathtub, lying luxuriating for hours. Then Pootie comes and soaks up my back. And Pootie said,
Cream cakes. First thing out of here, I'm going to Burkoff's for some cream cakes.
Then Mr. Dussel said,
Charlotte, just to look at her, listen to her for hours.
and Tim said,
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to pack a picnic lunch and take my family to the seashore for the whole day.
That's a beautiful menorah, Mr. Nava. It's lovely, Mr. Randy.
It is.
Mrs. Van Den Wipes.
That was very moving.
Well, it's not over yet. There's still the song at present.
Oh, not this year.
and no lattes either.
Don't remind me.
I make the best lattes here.
Oh, please, I can't bear
So
it.
invite us all next year.
What have you got there, huh?
Presents. For Margot. Read it out loud.
Oh.
You never lose your temper. You never will, I fear. You're just so good, but if you could, put all your crosswords here. A new crossword puzzle book. It's not new. It's yours. I rubbed it all out, but if you wait a while and forget, you can do it all over again. For Mrs. Van Dam.
How beautiful. What's in it?
Shampoo. I mixed it with some tiny pieces of soap and the last of my toilet water.
Oh, how sweet. Thank you, Anne.
This was all Anne's idea.
Mr. Van Dam, I have your present next.
Oh. My goodness.
Something you want more than anything in the whole wide world.
A cigarette?
He found some old pipe tobacco in the pocket lining of his coat, and we made it. Well, him did. But it's real tobacco, I promise.
Well, we'll see. Thank you,
For hunger.
Here's an IOU I promise to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever you say. Oh,
What I wouldn't give for that little slip of paper. 10 whole hours. Well, you wouldn't consider selling it, would you, Mrs. Franklin?
it's the best gift I've ever gotten.
No, Anne, I'm not supposed to get anything. Oh,
I made it out of some bits of wool I found. No one helped me. Not even Mother, not even Margot. I knitted it in the dark after I got into bed.
And after keeping me awake half the night writing in that diary of yours. I'm just kidding.
I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
Oh, no, it looks perfect to me. Thank you, Hanukkah. I treasure this.
For Mushi.
Oh, those are the ribbons from your ballet slippers.
On behalf of Mushi, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
And Miss Quack Quack. Go ahead, open it.
Sure nothing's gonna jump out and bite me.
What is it? A razor. We found for me, and you really do need one now.
What for?
There's something growing on his upper lip.
He does? We'll put a little milk on it and let the cat lick it off.
Thank you for spider. Well, I like it. Thanks.
And last but never ever least, my roommate, Mr. Dussel.
You got something for me? Oh, 2 capsules. Not poison, I hope.
Earplugs. So you're gonna be thrashing around at night? Go ahead, try them on.
Get one.
Ready?
What?
Are you ready?
Oh, good God. Oh, good God, they got inside my head. Help! Help! I can't get it down. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much.
I love my present one.
A real Hanukkah, Ian?
Oh, one last thing.
What is it?
So just one gift
More.
tonight. For your mother.
Oh, the music box. Otto, how did you ever?
Same story. I was hoping we wouldn't be here till Hanukkah, but I brought it just in case.
This goes back to my great-grandmother. Father was a dear for having saved it.
Why didn't you save anything of mine?
I saved you, didn't I?
Listen.
Look, Mushi loves his
Oh,
breakfast.
Peter, that cat! What are you doing? Get that cat out of here!
Cat? What cat?
Well, it doesn't have to be the cat. His clothes are enough.
Don't worry, we're getting rid of it.
Finally, someone listens to me.
I'm not doing it for you, Dussel. I'm sick of those fleas. Out he goes.
Mr. Bacon, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat.
If he goes, I go.
So go. Go!
You're not going and the cat's not going. Put the towel away. It's Hanukkah, time for celebration. Girls, sing the song.
I think maybe they've gone.
Gustavo,
Gustavo, maybe up here by now. Maybe it was the thief.
we've got to do something.
What is that to do? I'm going down.
Oh, come back here.
Quiet. I'll go distance.
No, it wasn't thief. It was a thief.
How do you know?
Why, he took the cash box. Ran off so fast he left the front door wide open. The noise must have scared him away. It's all right. It's all right. Scared him away. It's all right. It's all right. We're safe now. The danger's past.
Maybe, but we're in even greater danger now.
Mr. Dussel, please!
Lucifer, up here! What are you pointing at here? It was an accident. It could happen to anyone.
You think a thief is going to go to the police and say, I was robbing a place the other day and I heard a noise above my head. You think a thief is going to say that?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're crazy.
I think that one day he's going to get caught and he's going to make a bargain with the police. If they let him off, he'll tell them where some Jews are hiding. Maybe in 47.5 guilties of Jews.
Stop! Where is it? Go! There's no one. No, please! We're not leaving! We can't panic. Right? If we panic, we're lost. We've survived here for 6 months together. We're going on. Margot, Anne, the song, please. Come.
Sometimes I see myself alone in a dungeon, without father or mother, alone in the streets, where the annex is on fire, where they come in the middle of the night and take us all away. I know it could all happen very soon. You see, the 8 of us in the annex, if we were a patch of blue sky, threatened by menacing black clouds. We're surrounded by darkness and danger. In our desperate search for a way out, we keep bumping into each other. Look at the fighting below and the peace and beauty up above. But we are cut off by a dark mass of clouds and can go neither up nor down. It looms before us, an impenetrable black wall. I can only cry out and implore, open wide and let us out! Saturday, January 1st, 1944. Another new year has begun, and we are in the middle of the great terror of this winter. We have been here 1 year, 5 months, and 25 days. We're all thinner, paler, and a lot hungrier. We've been plagued by medical problems. Someone was suffering from something. And although we can't call a doctor, our favorite dentist is never too far away.
Please hold on a little bit longer.
You're killing me!
Well, if you would stop complaining, maybe I could finish sooner.
All right, I'll try.
Oh, now stop. Now you've got my instrument stuck in your tree. Still, it's going in deeper.
Look, I did it.
Oh.
I'm lucky. I'm healthy, in fact. I'm growing. So much I don't fit in my shoes anymore. Not to speak of anything else. And there's another change. Something happening inside me. Each time I get my period, and it's only been 3 times, I get the feeling that despite the I have a sweet secret. And I long to offer that secret again. Sometimes when I lie in bed at night, I feel a terrible urge to touch my breast and listen to the beating of my heart. Once when I spent the night at Yogi's, I could no longer contain my curiosity about her body, which she always kept hidden from me. I asked if as proof of our friendship we could touch each other's breasts. She refused. I also had a terrible desire to kiss her, which I did. Every time I see a female nude, such as the Venus in my art history book, I go into ecstasy. Sometimes I find them so exquisite I have to struggle to hold back my tears. Give me something else. Peter, whenever he looks at me with those eyes.
Me?
Happy New Year! You really should take this day for yourself. Maybe you'll love it.
Me, you smell like the wind.
How are you?
Me. I was wondering if we could take this to Charlotte for the New Year.
Of course.
Mission.
Feeling any better, Margot?
A little bit.
Maybe this will make you feel better yet.
But you love the cake!
Spice cake, exactly your favorite.
What a treat. You must have used up the whole week's rations.
I've lost your own peace in 1944.
Last year it was peace in 1943.
Well, it has to come at some point, doesn't it?
I pray that it will.
Now, how many of us are there?
Oh, none for me, thank you.
Oh, too much.
That leaves 7.
8! 8! The same number that it always is!
Took it for granted Margot wouldn't have it.
Why not?
I don't think a piece of cake is going to harm her.
I don't want her to start coughing again.
8.
All right,
Hey, please! Mrs. Franck should be the one to cut the cake. Mrs. Franck divides things better.
What are you saying? Don't I always give everyone
Oh,
exactly
yes,
the
you
same?
always give everybody exactly the same, except Mr. Von Don always gets a little
That
bit
is
more.
not
That's
true.
the truth.
Please, everyone, stop me. See how little spice cake goes to our heads?
Dear Mrs. Franck, you cut.
It looks delicious.
Oh, and that smell. Beef, are you sure you won't have a piece?
Oh, no, thank you. I have to leave in a minute.
Me and Shen, Jan is lucky to have a who can bake like this.
Jan, how's that rhyme? Jan's taking me to a party tonight.
Party only. Remember, after the you can tell us all about it tomorrow. Everybody gets it.
Jan, only with Jan. I seem to have forgotten something. Or someone.
What is it? Come on, I can't stand the suspense.
Oh, me. Where did you find him?
You can't even get a slipper on the black market these days.
And look, they match. Incredible.
And
All grown up, ready for Hollywood.
Oh, enjoy them, and don't worry, I'll give you a full report tomorrow.
Me? There's something I need you to do for me.
Of course.
What? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
What is it?
He wants to sell her fur coat.
No, but you don't do this to me. This is my coat. I've had this coat for 17 years. My father gave me this coat.
You cannot.
You have no right.
I
Don't
can't.
you dare!
You can't hold on to a
Let
fur
it
coat when there are
go.
people in such
Let it go,
desperate need of warm clothing. We're broke. We've been running out of money for months. I have to sell it.
Mrs. Franck? I remember when New Year's was something to look forward to.
You mustn't give up hope, Mrs. Franck.
There's no hope to be had. I know that. I've known that since the night Hitler came to power and I heard that voice screaming out of the radio. And I just sat there paralyzed. And now in London, what is the Dutch Queen doing? What are they all doing? They're not even mentioning the word Jew. And still, the trains are leaving. Why don't they just bomb the tracks? Sorry, Beep, I can't talk to the others about this.
I understand, Mrs. Franck.
They're all making plans, counting the days until the war is over. I have to tell you, I feel like it will never end. Sometimes I just want to give myself up.
Forgive me, Mrs. Franck, but you must try to take things a little easier. They need you. The children need you.
I'm ashamed that I feel this way. I know you and Mr. Crawler have it just as hard.
No, Mrs. Franck, I don't.
Pensez to pinces.
Pensez, Monsieur Dessau. Pensez pour penser, to think. C'est que vous ne faites pas beaucoup.
What?
C'est que vous ne faites pas.
Oh, you're going too fast.
Oui, je sais.
Je sais, I know that much.
Bon, continuons de la page suivante, s'il vous plaît. Continuons de la page suivante, s'il vous plaît.
I just don't understand. I could never do anything like that to you.
That coat was 17 years old, for God's sake. Those skins had definitely seen their day.
That's not the point. And you know it.
I know we need the money. We have no money. Can you get that through your head?
Don't talk to her like that.
You've never understood anything.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
That coat was the last thing. A whole world gone.
You still have us, haven't you?
You drove the last memory of my father away.
Do we have to hear about your father again? If it wasn't for your attachment to your father, the code, the apartment, with all our goddamn possessions, we'd be in America by now.
It's not her fault.
Oh, please! It was you too, you know. You didn't want to.
I only stayed because of you. Believe me, I knew which way the wind was blowing.
Of course. You always know everything.
Mother, please.
Your mother will never listen.
I could just say one
No, you cannot. You said too much already. It's none of your business anyway.
Mother, you shouldn't have said that.
What?
You hurt her feelings.
Oh. Well, I apologize. All right? I apologize. To everyone!
You left this.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for what happened there. I wish I could have said something, but they make me feel so... I can't stand it. Sometimes I wish I didn't belong to them at all. I hope I never turn out like that.
You won't, I know it.
Like him. What if I turn out like him?
You're not. Believe me.
All I can say is, I mean... All I can say is, I mean, if it wasn't for you, I mean, you're always a big help to me.
I am? How?
Well, when you're cheerful, it keeps me from being depressed.
When I was so cheerful, you know, inside. It's hard. If you want to cry or something, there's nowhere to go.
I guess it's easier for me when there's a fight with my parents. I can just duck into my room.
You're lucky to have a room of your own.
Well, at least you can talk to your parents.
Not really. I can't discuss anything serious with Mother. She just doesn't understand. And I can talk about everything with Father except Mother. I don't think you could really truly be intimate with someone if they hold something back. Do you?
I think your father's terrific.
He likes it a lot.
You think so?
I can talk with the little things he says. It's funny, isn't it?
What?
We've been here almost a year and a half, and this is the first time we've really talked.
I know what you mean.
You know something, Peter?
Yes.
I've never really had a friend. Someone I could truly confide in.
Me neither. Smile for me.
Why?
You have dimples when you smile.
Dimples, the only mark of beauty I possess.
That's not true. You're pretty.
Me?
Yes.
The sun is shining, the sky is a deep blue. There's a magnificent reason I'm longing. So longing for everything. I wander from room to room, breathe the crack in the blackout curtain, feel my heart beating as if to say, can't you fulfill this longing at last? I long for every boy, and Peter, I want to shout, say something! Don't just smile at me all the time. Touch me so I can get that delicious feeling inside. I feel spring within me. I feel spring awakening, feel it in my entire body and soul. I'm utterly confused. I don't know what to read, to write, to do. I only know I am longing.
What is it tonight? I have to be prepared.
I can't eat this again. Pickles, kale, and rotten potatoes every day for weeks now.
Something wrong, Mr. Crawler?
I think you've prepared the...
You try cooking instead of insulting my wife.
I think you've prepared it very well, Mrs. Vandal. I don't know how you do it.
Mr. Frunk, always the soul of politeness.
Oh, every night, another miracle.
Careful, Mr. Dussel, we don't want to clog the pipes like last week.
Please, Petit.
Marco, you need to eat. Please, come eat. I'm not hungry.
She doesn't want to eat her right. Please, Margot, just take a bite.
I can't. I just can't.
She eats like a bird. Every day a smaller bird. Margot, I'm doing the best I can.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs.
Anne's eating, Peter's eating.
How do you do it,
I don't look at it. I pretend it's delicious before I know it's gone.
That's very wise, Herman.
I eat because I'm hungry.
Please, Marco, you have to force yourself here to thin.
She's not the only one. We're all famished.
Will this war ever be over?
Be over a lot sooner if the goddamn British would start eating.
Please, not tonight.
The British are fighting for their lives.
They will do something when the time is right.
When we're dead and buried, you mean. It's amazing how strong those Germans are.
Oh, it's amazing. Those Germans are so strong. They're going to win the war. Is that what you're saying?
They might. They very well might if the British don't get moving.
They're moving, for crying out loud. 3,000 tons of bombs dropped on Hamburg last Sunday. Isn't that enough?
No.
Well, how many bombs do you need?
Enough so we don't have to worry about going to Poland.
Oh, Marco!
Mr.
Oh, do you think I enjoy living my life in there?
Mr. Crawler, I'm sorry to come at this hour, but something's happened.
What?
I must ask you all to be more careful.
What's
More
happened?
quiet. A man in the storeroom. A few days ago, he asked me, "What'd you hear from Mr. Franck?" I said I'd heard a rumor you were in Switzerland. He said he'd heard that too, but thought I might know something more. And then today, signing some invoices, I looked up and saw him staring at the bookcase. He said he thought he remembered a door there. And then he said he wanted more money. 10 more guilders a month.
Blackmail. Oh, 10 guilders? Very modest blackmail. It's just the beginning. What did you tell him?
I said I had to think about it. Should I pay him the money, take a chance on firing
For God's
him?
sakes, pay him the money.
I'll offer him half. We'll find out if it's blackmail or not.
Listen, maybe he knows nothing. But it's more dangerous out there every day. No one can be trusted. You must be quiet. Quiet. I'll offer him half then.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Crowley.
We'll hope for the best.
Thank you.
Mother, please don't be upset. I can't bear to see you like this.
Go back to supper. I'll get ready.
Rather stay here with you.
And now from London, a message from the Dutch Minister of Education, Mr. Gerrit Oakstein.
History cannot be written on the basis of official documents alone. If our descendants are to understand what we as a nation have endured during these years, we need simple, everyday pieces. A diary. Letters from a forced laborer in Germany.
I can't believe it. Did he really say a diary? I'll start revising it tomorrow. Maybe one day I could publish a novel. A secret endings based on my diary. Unless you write yourself, you can't know how wonderful it is. When I write, I shake off all my fears. But I want to achieve more than that. I want to be useful and bring enjoyment to all people, even those I've never met. I want to go on living, even after my death. Even after my death.
So Dussel's getting awfully impatient out there.
Madam, I'm always waiting for him.
Going up to the attic again. We've already spent a lot of time up there today.
I did it exactly twice. Once to get the potatoes for supper, and once to practice French together.
Well, you know Mrs. Von Dawn. She has a comment for every little thing.
She can't help herself, it's in her nature. Besides, I don't think it's Mrs. Van Dant that's upsetting me.
I'm not upset.
You're not jealous? Peter and me? If it were you instead of me, I would be insanely jealous.
Yes, I imagine you would, but I'm not.
Aren't you, Margot? Tell me the truth.
Well, who wouldn't want someone to talk to and share their deepest secrets with and have deep conversations with and who knows what else? Yes, I am jealous, but not of you and Peter. I would just like someone of my own. I'm glad you have someone else.
You mean it?
Yes. You've already missed so much from being up here. I want you to have a good time tonight.
You're such a generous person. Anyway, there's nothing to be jealous of. You don't do anything. He's never even kissed me.
Oh, the kiss will come.
I'm not sure I wanted to.
Yes, you do. I know you do. It's in your nature. Wait,
Let me fix your hair.
there. You ready?
Am I to assume I may finally get back into my room?
Dear Mr. Dustin, yes, you may return.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Again. And look at her.
It's cold in the attic. You better bundle up.
In my day, it was the boys who called other girls.
Well, younger people like to feel they have secrets. The attic is the only place they can talk.
Talk. That's not what they called it in my day.
I think a little romance may be developing in the annex.
If we're here much longer, we may even have a little annex wedding.
Frankly, I'm tired of this stupid chatter. Don't forget to beat out my eye.
They're so old-fashioned. I guess you don't realize how much more advanced we are.
Look,
Really?
I like the shoes. I've always liked the shoes.
Neat voice is everything just right.
She likes you a lot.
I love her, but I hate having to ask her for absolutely everything. Doesn't it make you miserable to be so dependent on people?
I'm not miserable. Anymore, I don't. Even bumping into you on the stairs. Sometimes I feel
I feel the same.
you've changed. I used to think you were a real pain in the neck.
My life before seems unreal. Nothing to do with who I am now. I see myself then as an utterly superficial girl. I wouldn't go back to the comfort world.
You sure know a lot about yourself, don't you? I guess it comes from all that writing.
If I didn't, write what I think, what I feel, I'd suffocate. I want to be a real writer one day. I know I can. I'm my own harshest critic. Who knows if I truly have talent or not? What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. Something that doesn't take much brains. Maybe if I had your drive.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's true. I'm a complete idiot.
You're too hard on yourself.
I didn't have much coming from me on the outside yet.
Well, Peter, don't you miss? I miss so many things. Sometimes I dream we're back in our old apartment and I wake up and wonder why can't I run outside? You can't see the moon from here. Just like you said. How beautiful. Look at our attic. Light coming in.
Are you cold?
No. Or maybe just a little.
It wasn't a big deal or anything.
You tell me?
On my birthday, I was blindfolded. I don't even know who the girl was.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being kissed or anything. Well, I'm sure Margaret never kissed a boy unless she were engaged to him. And I'm sure Mother never even touched him before she met him. My girlfriends would say, Anne, how shocking, but who cares what they'd say anyway? Everything's different now here.
You called it our before. Do you really think it's ours?
I do.
You won't let them stop you from coming here, will you?
No. Maybe I'll even bring up one of my stories and read it to you sometime.
You'll come tomorrow night?
If you want me to.
I do.
It's 9:05.
I will.
All Jews must be out of German-occupied countries before July 1st. The province of Utrecht will be cleansed of Jews between April 1st and May 1st. The provinces of North and South Holland, including Amsterdam, immediately thereafter. A faster pace evacuating the Jews will begin as we move them by train not once but twice a week, transporting 12,000 Jews a month. This is dirty work, but a mission of great historical purpose. When not a single Jew remains in the Netherlands, people will again walk freely in the streets.
Please, go back to sleep.
God, I don't believe it. He's stealing the bread!
Mom, for God's sake!
What is it? What's going on?
Your husband is stealing our bread!
That can't be. Putsy, what are you doing?
Never before, never before.
I don't believe you. If you steal it once, you'll steal it again. Every day I see the children getting thinner and thinner, and you come down here in the middle of the night and take food that belongs to them.
Here, please take.
I want him to go.
Go where?
Anywhere.
You don't mean what you're saying.
They couldn't possibly find it.
Edith, you know how upset you've been these past few
That has
days.
nothing to do with it.
He didn't, he couldn't help himself. Yes, it could happen to any one of us, and it won't happen again.
Never
Promise. No, I can't take you with them here. They have to go.
No,
You wouldn't put us out on the street.
Well, there are hiding places. We can find you someplace. And don't worry about the money. I'll find you the money.
Mr. Fromm, you said you could never forget what my husband did for
If
you.
my husband had any obligation to you, it is paid for.
My God, Edith, I've never seen you like this.
You can't throw Peter out. He hasn't done anything.
I wouldn't go right without my parents.
Please, so that they would be killed on the street. Us, right? We can't send them away.
Fine, they can stay until they find them a place. But he has to stay away from the food.
I'm sorry. Let's divide it up right now.
It's not going to divide us from old rotten potatoes.
Mrs. Frink, Mr. Frink,
Mr. Dustin, please
Margot.
stop.
Nathan.
Mr. Dustin,
Mr.
stop.
Benny,
Jeez.
Get down!
Please,
Let's
stop.
stop! Mr. Dussel, Margot, please, everyone go back to your rooms. Edith, Mr. Dussel, leave the potatoes. I think they can wait. at this hour?
Everyone, the most wonderful, most incredible news!
What's happened?
The invasion! The invasion has begun!
Oh no.
The invasion is happening! You can feel the experience, the excitement! I have to tell you what the work is up here. This is it. They landed on the coast of Normandy. British, Americans, everyone! More than 4,000 ships! Here, I brought a map.
For over a year, we prayed for this moment.
Cherbourg, the first city. They're fighting for it now.
And how long will it take for them to get from Normandy to here?
What did I tell you?
So Cherbourg, Caen, Point-l'Evêque, Paris, and then
Oh, we're going to be free! Listen! That's Czechoslovakian! Listen! That's Czechoslovakian!
France by troops of the Allied Expeditionary Force. This landing is part of the concerted United Nations plan for the liberation of Europe, made in conjunction with our great Russian allies. I have this message for all of you. Although the initial assault may not have been made in your own country, the hour of your liberation is approaching.
I don't even know what it looks like anymore. I can't imagine. It's been away for so long. I can't imagine every little detail. The sky, the canal, everything. I'm afraid to even think about it. To have a real meal again. Only things look the same, taste the same, and eat the same before. How can we go back? Really? You know what I've decided? To be a nurse for newborns and go somewhere far, far away. How far? I don't know, maybe Palestine? And you'll go back to school in October, September even? Wouldn't that be something else?
Hootsie, you know what I was thinking? You won't believe it. I was thinking about the day we first met, when you came buzzing with the rest of the boys in Braemar Haven. I picked you out right away, you know. You were the one who made me laugh. I laughed. Later, you took me out on the ferry. First, you made me laugh. Then you started to kiss me. Kiss me. And the kisses were even better than the laughter. Remember? When we got back, you were ravenous. You made that little restaurant open its doors and ordered almost everything on the menu. What an appetite, the waiter kept saying. The man can really eat. We'll go back on that ferry someday, Lindsay, I promise. It won't be long now. Soon I'll be making all your favorites. Sauerbraten with red cabbage and latkes with your cherished applesauce. Lean little Burkoffs for cream cakes. Until then, Lindsay, if you're hungry, hold on to me. Oh, Petit, just hold on to me.
Just as I was falling asleep, my friend, Connery, appeared to me, dressed in rags, her face worn with pain. She looked at me with such sadness in her eyes, I could read the message in them. Anne, why have you deserted me? Help me. Help me. Rescue me from this hell. If only I could. Why have I been chosen to live and you to die? Oh, Henri, if you ever return, I will take you in, share everything I have with you.
seeing your enormous eyes. I keep seeing myself in your place. You were the reminder of what my fate might have been. What moved you? No, I mustn't write that down. The question won't go away. It looms before me in total, absolute horror.
And so we come to the end of this broadcast from BBC Radio Europe. Till tomorrow, listeners, and we all know, no matter how hard the times and how heavy the separation, we are once more a day closer to liberation.
Robert, nothing I don't want.
Can't understand you. Your mouth is too full.
I wouldn't be talking. You haven't stopped eating since we got up here.
You're the one who's eating. Look at you. You're all red.
And you, all over your shirt.
Well, at least they're better than those green beans yesterday.
Oh, green, green, green. I thought they would never end.
Every string I pulled made me sure I wasn't just a housewife.
You never will be.
I forgot how wonderful they are.
Of course you have. We haven't seen a berry in 2 years.
Don't eat too many, Petite. Remember, you got sick from the kale soup.
I just hope there's some left to make some jam with those three over there.
Russell, you're such a worrier. Let the children enjoy themselves. God, these are good.
I'll tell you a secret. Every night, they're coming out with the prayers.
I bet you won't forget about me once you're back with all your old friends.
All our friends are gone, Peter. But we won't forget you, ever.
Well, one thing's for sure, when I get out of here, I'm going to make sure no one knows that I'm Jewish.
What?
I'm serious. Life would be a whole lot easier if I were a Christian.
You mean be baptized?
I don't know. Maybe.
I could never turn away from who I was. I couldn't. Don't you know that you'll always be Jewish in your soul?
I've never seen anything stop you from talking before.
Ralph!
I got you!
Like what? You're getting it. Oh, okay, all right.
Nail! Nail!
Vic!
No! You're the smell!
It's a wonder I haven't abandoned all my ideals. They seem so absurd and impractical. Yet, I cling to them because I still believe, in spite of everything, people are truly good at heart.
Repertory, barren heath, wooden towers where our jailers stand guard, walls covered with thousands of flies. The 8 of us crammed into Barrack 67. Betrayed. We never know why. Our last month together. Last month. and Peter, walking hand in hand between the barracks and the barbed water. Edith worrying about the children, washing underclothes in murky water, numb. Margot, silent, staring at nothing. Our last days on Dutch soil. Late August, Paris freed. Brussels, Antwerp. But for us, it's too late. Tuesday, September 3rd, 1944. 1,000 of us herded onto cattle cars, the last transport to leave Westerbork for the extermination camps. A train, 3 days, 3 nights. And in the middle of the third night, Auschwitz. Separation. Men from women. Edith, Margot, Anne. My family. Never again. Selection. Half our transport killed immediately in the gas chambers. One day, Peter and I see a group of men being marched away. His father among them. Gassed. Peter on the death march to Mauthausen. Dead 3 days before the British arrived. His mother, Auschwitz, Bergen-Belsen, Buchenwald, Theresienstadt, date of death unknown. Mr. Dussel dies in Neuengamme. January 27th, 1945. I am freed from Auschwitz. And I know nothing of Edith and the children. Then I learn. Edith died in Birkenau of grief, hunger, exhaustion. In the winter of 45, typhus breaks out in Bergen-Belsen, killing thousands of prisoners, among them Margot. Anne's friend Hanley sees Anne through the barbed wire, naked, her head shaved, covered with lice. She tells Annelie, I don't have anyone anymore. A few days later, Anne dies. My daughter's body's dumped into a mass grave just before the camp is liberated. All that remains